Knock, 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 knock. I gotta figure out a proper way how to do this again. Like a podcast rookie. So I totally forgot that I actually had a podcast and I had equipment that would make these video diaries like 1,000 times better than they are just by being able to use the equipment that I have that boosts the quality of them. But yeah, so I've recognized that now and I'm going to continue to use that. We'll see how often I do it if I'm just like lazy and want to throw up the camera. But I don't know. I think the concept of me hearing myself like in my ears as well as talking to a mic just makes it feels like 1,000 times more professional. And then I've got my massive bottle of what looks like booze. It's one of those Mountain Valley spring waters or whatever they're called, and I just took the sticker off because I think it looks funny. And yes, exactly, that's why I'm drinking it. I remember walking around on like the UD campus with that in my hands, and I would always be looked at so strange. It was hilarious. Another thing that came up yesterday was it was either yesterday or this morning. My roommate was making bacon and he was like, dude, the fat just like lingers on your fingers after you're making it. And I said, yeah, dude, I used to cook bacon in the microwave and then leave the plate in the sink and then rub the bacon all over my hands so it would be my moisturizer throughout the day. And he was like, what the hell is wrong with you? And I don't regret that a single bit. I just haven't done it here for whatever reason. I like bought beef tallow. I never use it. But dude, bacon, I swear to God, cleared like all of my eczema. It cleared all of that stuff up and it works so well as a moisturizer. I know beef tallow is better because it has like better whatever nutrients and stuff in it. And bacon probably actually makes your shit drier, but whatever. It worked for me for the time being. But yeah, I remember there was like this whole thing within my roommate situation where we had one of the dude's girlfriends try the bacon out and then it was like, I'm not trying the bacon. So I don't know, that just reminded me of a good time. So there's no exact thing that I want to talk about like within this video diary. I just kind of wanted to like start up the camera and low-key just start speaking to it. But I still need to make the Dave Blunt's video. There's certain things that I have like just a mental block. Sorry, my phone's going off. That I have just like a mental block when it comes to creating things. Like I will happily fire up this camera. I will happily begin to talk to it. And then I'll take 1,000 times out of my day in order to set up my camera, to set up my tripod, to set up my Rodecaster and my mic, and then go film something. But the actual editing process of having to look through everything and then put it all together is like actually nauseating for me. Good God, I hate editing, but I love filming because filming is the act of actually doing the thing. And then the editing process is where you're just sitting down, looking through everything. And it's just crazy to me that how some people love editing, but they don't love filming. I love filming. And if I want to eventually if it's possible within the videography field to just do videography, send all of the footage over to somebody else and they do whatever they want with it, and then maybe like I can do the final tweaks or whatever, it's cool. But I don't know, especially, let me rewind, okay? If it's something that I care about, and I'm not saying I don't care about the Dave Blunt's concert, but if it's like a film that I'm making, then I don't, but it's weird because sometimes, it took me forever to edit that short film, meanwhile I loved it. But once I started editing it, I didn't want anybody else to touch it. And, I was editing it with Alex, and he was giving me ideas, and I was like, oh, I don't want other people touching my baby. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. And that was actually something that I was thinking about that I wanted to talk about on this was I have this, really weird feeling or this weird thing, and I don't know if it's ego, I don't know if it's narcissism, I don't know what it is, but if I give my work to another person and I have them do it, meanwhile, I already did the videography and they're doing the editing or they're putting it together, there's something within me that feels like I didn't accomplish it. And I only did half of the job. It's like I'm not saying I want to take credit for 100% of things, but it's like I feel a much higher boost in confidence in the sense of I did that. I get to take responsibility for that because I was the person that created and was a part of the entire process from start to finish. And if I give that part to somebody else, I feel like I'm almost discrediting myself by doing that. Which I know not everybody thinks like that. And if you're a, director duo, the Coen brothers, then it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're still making a phenomenal movie. No Country for Old Men, and then they have a ton of movies together. But now they're trying to do their things on their own because they probably want to say, hey, I did this by myself. Another director that does that is the guy who made Logan Lucky, Ocean's 11. He's one of my favorite directors solely because he does the directing, the editing, and the cinematography. Like, that guy wants to own every single process of all of his films, and I respect the all living hell out of that. And I probably would want to do the cinematography for my films too. Editing, as long as they have an idea of what I'm looking for, then that's what matters. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at by thinking that. And I don't know if that's a common thing or if that's just weird, but I don't know. I like, especially for things that I care about. If it's something that I don't really care about that much, then it's whatever. Anybody can, okay, I don't want to say anybody, but as long as it has an idea. But I don't know, for Alper Productions, for my Alper films, if I give somebody the marketing promotion or whatever it is and they get it big, I don't know, I feel like my ego is going to be struck because somebody else did it and it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Then I feel like I didn't deserve it. So I don't know if that's harmful thinking or if that's good, that I want to take control of the situation, but I also know that that's where the anxiety part comes in, is because I'm such an anxious person and because anxiety revolves around control, then I want control over all aspects of the thing. So I get it. I understand how it's harmful. So I'm trying to understand and know when to delegate and how to delegate things. For the credits for my short film, I let my friend Alex do them. And he did it, and I don't know, life still goes on, and why is it such a big deal? I let somebody else do the credits and I didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do them, but I'm very grateful for him being able to do that. So I guess I have to evolve over time to recognize that, you can't do everything, and kind of just go from there. So that's where I'm at, and once again, learning and living every single day. And yeah, so... Oh, also, one thing. I'm going to try to, continue posting those clips on TikTok and those clips on Instagram because they get a lot of traction. I've recognized that. Dude, the YouTube shorts that I've been posting, I've getting, thousands of views, and it's kind of crazy. I don't know if this, once again, is, ego narcissism, but I love hate comments because it almost fuels me in the sense of I see that I have an impact on somebody's day to the point where they take time out of their day in order to comment on my post. I did that. So it almost fuels the ego, regardless if they're hating or not. It's wow, I was important enough for this amount of time in your day to take out of it that I made you angry. It's oh, I'm actually kind of enamored by it. So I don't know if that's weird, but I guess it's a cool way of thinking of it. But that's it for today. It is September 3rd, 2025, and let's get it.